welcome back to After the Scales. It is episode 68. I am Shaun Blight of Canadian Racing Tours. My regular co-host is not here, as you may have noticed. He had something else that he had to attend to, and he's going to fill us in later on that. It's pretty exciting, so I'll let him update everybody later on. But coming in, late notice, is our good buddy Nick Sheridan to co-host, make his co-hosting debut, and today's guest is DYLAN Westbrook. Boys, how we doing?
I think I'm doing really good. This is never really thought I'd be on here right now. I was out in the shop about an hour ago and got the text. This is awesome to chat with you, Shaun, and talk about DYLAN about his year.
Yeah, really excited to be on here for the first time, and yeah, ready for it.
Yeah, and itching to get ready for the local racing season up here. I know I am. I'm sure you guys are too. Nick, we'll start with you. How did your off season go? What have you been up to, and how ready are you guys for the racing season?
Off season's been busy, Shaun. There's been quite a few changes with our program. I know we got off running pretty good at the end of the year last year, but still wasn't enough to catch this DYLAN guy on here. So we created some big updates, which is going to be good. New chassis, different engine this year, so that'll be awesome. It's pretty close together. We're just waiting on getting the motor back here, but the car's pretty much ready, and it'll be hopefully out there next weekend at Ohsweken Test and Tune, and just might see lone appearance at the Marathon of the SOS. So.
Perfect. So last year you were primarily just running Ohsweken. Are those plans still the same, or do you have any other schedule or any other races on your schedule that you know of yet?
Well, we're definitely going to run Ohsweken full time. The SOS stuff is we'll see what we can do. I like the series. It's a good series. They're doing what they can here in Canada, which is awesome. So we'll see. We won't be running full time there. We'll support where we can with a few events, and we got a couple pretty awesome events circled on our calendar to go run in the U.S. and the Outlaw race. Ohsweken is going to be another good one. So we'll just do as many races as we can this year and just go out and have fun.
Love it. Yeah, you were definitely. I know you won Most Improved Driver at the Ohsweken Awards, and second half of the year, man, you were lights out. It was really fun to watch. So DYLAN, we'll get into talk about you. Your year was okay. You won half the races, 3/4 of the races that you were in. But talk to us about your off season, what you've been up to, what you've had to do to get ready for this year, and how close to being ready you guys are.
Yeah, we're really close. The car, it should actually be finished getting wrapped tomorrow, and then yeah, pretty much we're all ready. Didn't really change a whole lot from last year, but just kind of went over everything, making sure everything's all good, so we have no breakdowns and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much just going through, making sure everything's all 100% ready, and make sure that don't have any mechanical failures or anything like that, because that's definitely a big part of when you're trying to win a championship and stuff. Like last year, we were real lucky, didn't have a single dropout during the regular season, so try to repeat and do that again.
Yeah, for sure. And you'll everyone says to finish first you must finish. So you got to put in that work in the shop, make sure everything's ready. So it's awesome to hear again, I'm ready for next year. And what is your schedule plans for next year? Running Ohsweken and SOS full time? Do you have any extra races there? What's your what do you got circled so far?
Yeah, plan is just to do Ohsweken and the SOS same as last year, and then this year, hopefully, if it works out, do a couple more maybe a couple races here and there in the States. I know we got a 410 for the Outlaw show, so if it works, see how Ohsweken goes first, and then maybe go to Ransomville and stuff like that. But yeah, kind of just do one race at a time and see what happens.
Yeah, so between you and Ryan Turner, who I know has a 410 as well, the Outlaws coming here in a month. You feel any added pressure being the one of the coming up to your home track where you dominated last year? You feeling a little bit of extra pressure?
I wouldn't really say any extra pressure. I know like the 410, it's a lot different deal. Ran not a ton, but a couple of races here and there, and it's definitely a lot different. Just how you got to set up the car and the different tires and everything. So we're just gonna go out there, have some fun, and try to do the best we can. I've been asking a couple guys just like what we should do a little bit different with the 410, because I know and like previously I've tried the same setup with the 360 and just doesn't work quite as well. So that's the plan. Just gonna go out there, gonna learn if we can the first night and try to learn as much as we can, and then the second night hopefully we have some good notes and a good setup and go out and do our best.
And for sure, I know back when the Outlaws used to come to Ohsweken, you were racing 360s then. You guys had some really good runs against the Outlaws there when you'd put a 410 in your car and made some hard chargers. I've watched the replays from them for sure. Watched them a lot of times actually of you. But personally, I feel like the home track guys, if they get a 410, are going to have a pretty good advantage over a lot of the Outlaw guys coming into Ohsweken just from racing there every week and knowing the track. But how do you feel about that? Home track guy, do you think your odds stack up pretty well for a podium or a win up there against those guys? You still think them having all the experience kind of outweighs us there?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say. I don't really know. I don't know. Like we'll know what the track's going to do more than they know. Like if it's going to slick off and stuff like that, just kind of from the get go. But yeah, I don't know. That's being so early in the year. Also, I don't know how the track's going to be. If it's going to be more hammered down or just with like the rain and stuff we always get in the moisture, or if they're going to try to pack it just a bunch just in case we do get rain, so we don't get rained out so easy. So I think it's going to kind of depend on the track too. Just how the local guys do. Like if it gets slick, like I mean, the Outlaws are definitely the best at like setting up for stuff like that. But also we've seen it get real slick, and like normally every other place, like in the States and everything, when it gets that slick, it'll just take rubber. Where Ohsweken, it never does that. It just gets super slick top to bottom, and yeah, just never takes rubber, which those guys aren't really used to.
And you've raced against most of these guys, if not all of them, previously. Some more than others when you're running ASCS and stuff like that. Anyone in particular that you're looking forward to seeing and racing up against here?
I mean, just anytime we can race against the Outlaws, it's always cool. I know I've seen on Macary's schedule he might be coming up, so then he's always a good guy to hang around with. I raced with him a bit down in Florida and stuff a couple of years ago, and he's a lot of fun. So hopefully he comes up too. But yeah, just being able to just race against the Outlaws for a couple nights at your home track is definitely awesome. Really excited we got him back finally, and hopefully they can keep on doing that.
And I just wanted to mention the reason I primarily asked that is Nick was down in Charlotte as well as I was, and I was talking with Garrett Williamson, and your name came up, and he was talking about how you used to go down to the States and whoop his ass all the time, and so knowing that he's joined the tour and he's coming up, that'll be a lot of fun because he's a really good dude.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see him again. I actually forgot he was on the Outlaws there for a minute, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I pretty much lived at his shop for quite a while when we were on the road, so really excited for him to come back up and see those guys again.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a good car count there at Ohsweken. Than what you guys were saying. There's gonna be some ESS guys that come up there with 410s, and maybe even a couple with their 360s, and the Outlaw guys, and Macri. I don't know how many of their posse are gonna come up with him, but I think it's a pretty good central place for everyone to come, and Glenn Stires, everyone there have put on an amazing facility. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a race that everyone should be circling on their calendar.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I think we're going to get like a full, at least a full field of just 410s for sure, and then everyone else that puts a 360 in and comes out and does it too. So I think it's going to be a good turnout.
All right, so I wanted to circle back to last year just for a second. Just for those who maybe are watching this and don't know the kind of year that Dylan had last year, I know Nick does quite well. So 21 features, 14 wins, 20 top 10s in 21 feature events. And the only one you didn't get a top 10 at was the biggest race of the year, unfortunately. So 7 races you ran last year that you didn't win. Was that the car or the driver? What happened there?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, a couple of nights we had a crash, and I don't know if it was all my fault, probably some of it, and then other times I just messed up and we missed the setup and stuff, and even I probably ran in the wrong place and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I can't complain though for that season. I mean, I've never had a season like that before, so I mean, if we get something at least just some ways close to that this year, I'll be happy because I don't really. I'd like it to happen again, but I don't really expect it to happen again.
No, for sure. And Dylan, I know from watching it over, I haven't been involved as long as you have, but you got a lot more experience, and a lot of people are racing against. You've been to some big shows and coming back and racing against the Ohsweken guys, and you got a good team there with Hills and that. And you guys just you know what's going to happen, and you know where to put your car in the right place. I see it a lot, and I also see the 47X tail tank a lot. So trying to change that up this year.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely being on the road helped. Just kind of being at all these places, seeing just how the track changes and stuff like that, and just I mean, when you're racing a couple days a week compared to just like a weekly guy home, you definitely get a lot more seat time, and that's a huge deal on just racing. Just get more used to it. Just the more you race, the more you're gonna just dial in your setup and stuff like that. Then you can use that for every track around. So it definitely was a big help just going out on the road and doing that.
So how do you, I mean, you said yourself, you don't expect to have the year that you had last year, but going into this year with coming off that year, you know, if you don't improve, you don't work on your stuff, you'll fall behind, right? So how do you kind of keep ahead of everybody or maintain that kind of year that you had?
We got a couple things that we were thinking about over the off season. We're gonna try. I think we're gonna try to hit up both test and tunes just to try that stuff out, just to kind of see if it does work. I mean, hopefully it does, make it a little bit faster. But yeah, just kind of keep on trying stuff and get it as fast as we can, because everyone else, they're always doing stuff also and trying to get faster than us. So yeah, just kind of, you can never just be happy with where you're at. You always got to try to do some more and get faster.
Yeah, for sure. I know me personally, was race against people who, like you, are very good at what you do and have lots of experience. It ups your game. You have to be good to be there, or else you're not going to compete. So I've had seasons where you run well, and nobody likes it when somebody else wins all the time. So they all go home and work really hard to catch up to you. So if you're not working hard to get better as well, or they're going to surpass you. It's just people keep working hard. Everyone gets better, and you got to get better with them.
Yeah, exactly. We're all there to win, so that's the whole point of it. So everyone, yeah, they're always going to be trying something new, something different, just trying to get as fast as they can.
Yeah, and Nick, maybe I'll ask you, like, how does it help you as a young driver to race against a guy like Dylan every week who's had success and raced in the States? And you mentioned yourself, a lot of second place finishes to that guy last year. I know that's frustrating, but it's also got to make you a better driver too, learning what he's doing, seeing maybe what your weaknesses are. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure. Like in the short term, it's honestly, it's really frustrating. Like you say, it's tough because you're working so hard and you're doing your best, and you're like, dang, I'm only finishing like fifth and fourth, and we're doing everything we can. And I feel like I'm doing almost everything I can. We're doing everything, not everything, right? But doing the best you can, and you're just not there. But in the long term, you don't realize how much better you get raced against those guys every week, because you, like I say, you have to be better. If you're not better, you're going to be in the back. So you have to get better, and if you don't, they're leaving you behind. So I think in the short term you don't realize that, but for me, when I go race other places, I realize how much better we are at Ohsweken. Everybody is, because we race against guys like DYLAN Westbrook, Ryan Turner, Mike Bowman, all those guys. We when I went to the ESS race at Fulton this year, we qualified quick time, second or eight race, and finished third in the feature. And finishing third in the ESS feature at a track I'd never really been at sounds foreign to me. It sounds unbelievable. But we race against people that are so good every week where we are, that it just raises your game, that whenever you go anywhere else, you're already that much better.
Yeah, that was even like before you'd have like all these like the Patriots and ESS and all those guys come in and like all the guys from the States, and we'd be like B mains, like back the A main, where now when they come in, we're like like it's completely reversed. Now they're in the back and we're all up front. So we've definitely gotten a lot better at like the whole just local guys at Ohsweken. Like we now we can go, like any of us can go anywhere and be competitive, where before it was kind of reversed.
Yeah, for sure. Like, look at the Nationals, where we had, what was it, 8 Ohsweken guys in the top 10, and the whole top 5 was regulars. Like, that's unheard of. You go back, watch 3 or 4 years ago, and well, I guess 5 years now, guys like Chuck Hebing and the Poiriers and them would come, and they would kick everyone's butts that raced on Ohsweken. So now it's completely roles reversed, and it's, as a local Ohsweken guy, it's awesome for me to see.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because we did our Empire Super Sprints season preview last week. We had Jordan Thomas, Poirier, and Joe Trenka on. And I asked them about, there seems to be a lot more of an effort to have races combining ESS and SOS guys. And I, as a fan, want to see more of that. I mentioned the idea of like a 6-race mini series where you have 3 races in Ontario, 3 races in New York State, something like that. Do you guys feel the same way? Because I feel like when those guys come up to Ohsweken, everybody kind of steps their game up. There's a little bit, I don't know if there's a rivalry there, if you guys feel it, but walking through the pits, you kind of got the ESS guys off on one side and the Ohsweken regulars on the other side. And just as a fan, I find it extra interesting when those guys come up.
Yeah, I think that rivalry you speak of, I think it's growing. I don't think it was always there. I think a lot of time I was like, oh, the SS guys are just better than us. You know what I mean? But as time goes on, we get better. I think the rivalry is growing and it's there. I think that'd be an awesome thing to see. We're got circle on our calendar. We're going to try and run the ESS Speed Week this year, which is their 5 races in 5 days, which is I'm really excited for that. If everything goes well, we're going to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun to run those races where we stack up, and I think we're going to learn a lot in those days. So once again, I think that's something where me racing against Dylan every week, I'd feel more comfortable going to do that, where we're so much better at home, and I know how much our program's improved trying to catch the people, or you don't think you can go faster until someone else goes faster than you, and you got to do it. So I think the competition there is growing between the two teams. The touring series would be awesome. I love racing against those guys, and it just makes everyone better, I find.
Yeah, even just for the car count, just to get all those guys around.
Yeah.
I mean, even like when the GLSS came to South Buxton, I know they were kind of not having a little bit of a hard time just getting the cars out to there. So just to get all the car counts up around here is awesome. Just to get all those guys up here and us all race together. So yeah, hopefully that continues to happen with I think they are coming down again, GLSS with the SOS, and then coming to Ohsweken and all that like they did last year. So I think it's a lot of fun. Get everyone together and go racing, then get up to like our home tracks, and then we can go down race their home tracks too. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope it keeps on happening because I think it's a really good thing for the sport.
And speaking of the 2025 racing season, we've got a wrap unveil that we're going to do. Dylan has you got a little change. You're changing it up a little bit this year from last year. I'll pull the Nick. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Okay, so the world unveiling of your car for 2025. I'll bring it up, and you can talk about who designed it, what kind of thoughts went into it. But here we go.
Yeah, Steve Lyons, he designed it. Had a couple new sponsors come on board this year, but yeah, I mean, last year we kind of switched up a little bit with more white. This year, I don't know, I kind of missed more red a little bit, so just pretty much told him want a little bit more red and just kind of make it look cool. And he sent me that, and I said, yeah, that looks pretty sweet. That's what we're gonna go with.
That looks awesome. It reminds me a little bit of Alex Hill 2019-20 paint scheme. Got the same kind of vibes to it. Looks really good.
I still love the chrome wheels, man. I'm a chrome guy when it comes to open wheel racing. That looks chef's kiss. It's a step up from last year for sure.
Yeah, I thought last year was kind of cool, but just to be something different because we did the same for quite a couple of years there, so just want a little switch up. But I don't know, I like switching it up as much as we can, just kind of get something new out there, and yeah, hopefully this year I have some t-shirts and sweaters for sale too, and have that car on it. So
perfect.
Yeah, that's the plan.
It's getting that time of year. We're gonna see even more paint schemes coming out. I know my car actually just getting vinyl right now. Actually, as we speak, it's getting finished up. So it'll be unveiled soon once it's all finished up, and I think we're gonna see a lot of cool cars this year.
Yeah, I tried to convince Nick to unveil his tonight too, and he said he's just not quite ready. So I was trying to break some more news, but no, we appreciate you showing that off to us, Dylan. That's awesome. Looks great, and it's going to look good up front all year, I'm sure.
Yeah, hopefully it's as fast as it was last year.
I said up near the front, Nick. Doesn't have to be up.
There you go.
Yeah, so and Dylan, I wanted to ask you because my normal co-host Jacob, he was going to mention that he's in Florida, so he got used to seeing you come down there, race at Volusia and Ocala and other tracks down there, East Bay. How did you get your start in sprint car racing? And you've been teamed up with Hills now for a number of years. How did that partnership come about as well?
Back years ago, racing like the QRC go-karts and stuff. Started out doing that, and then like raced against Alex, and then Dad and Miles and them were always together at the track and stuff. So met him that way, and then she was moving up to the 600 mini sprint, then that was kind of the next thing to go to, because around here there was, I don't even think the crates were happening then. It was really the next sprint car thing was a 360. So unless you did like a mini stock, thunder stock, and stuff like that. So they heard they were doing that, and then we went out and got one also, and they had a big trailer they could fit 2 cars in. So they asked if we want to do just like put my car in with them also, and then before that, I was working on just as a crew guy for Glenn stuff also. So he sponsored me when I was doing that. So kind of got to know, like, got the sprint cars working on Glenn stuff, and then got to know like the hills, just being a part with racing and them all the time. So then went out, raced with the 600 with the hills, did that for however many years, and then Glenn, he put me in a crate sprint car, raced that, and then put me in a 360, and then went over to hills, went on the road with the ASCS, and then yeah, once I came back home, and then just racing locally for hills still.
You got any plans to try that again in the future if the opportunity came up, or?
I don't know. Part of me wants to a little bit, and then at the same time, just with the shop and everything at home now, and I like being at home. I mean, when I went out and did it, it was kind of the worst time for a Canadian to go do it, just because we were gone with COVID and everything for like a long time. So, I mean, I don't know if I was to do it now, if I'd like it a little bit more, just being able to come back and forth, no problem. But I don't know. With the shop, it's a little bit hard now. Got to put a lot of time in there and can't just really leave like I could if, say, I was working for someone else or something like that. So I don't know. It's kind of at the same time I do, at the same time I won't. I don't want to, but yeah, you never know what could happen.
What advice would you have for a young sprint car driver, just a driver in general that kind of wants to do what you did, get on a touring series somehow? What would you say to them? What's the number one thing that they need to do?
I mean, probably the biggest thing is just trying to set yourself up with a good team and stuff like that, and just really be around with all the people that are involved with it. Yeah, I mean, in that sport, it's a lot of like your talent, but also a lot of who you know and stuff on the road also. So yeah, just kind of keep on getting your name out there, race as much as you can. Yeah, and just meet as many people that are involved in the racing community as you can also, because yeah, if the more people you know, the more people that you can talk to and try to get into different rides and stuff if you need to.
So before we let you guys go, one more time, Southern Ontario Sprints get underway at Merrittville Speedway next Saturday. That is April 26th. And then the sprint cars, the World of Outlaws, come to Ohsweken Speedway May 14th and 15th. That's a Wednesday and Thursday. For that event, you can scan the QR code up in the corner. That takes you directly to Ohsweken's website where you can purchase tickets. And I'm sure they're going fast. It is going to sell out, I am sure. So you're going to want to get those. Before we let you go, Dylan, we always end our show with our DJD Gear rapid fire segment. Nick, I know you know how this works. I've got 10 questions for you, Dylan. I'm going to fire off, and here we go. Why the number 47?
First thing I ever raced was dirt bikes. First year was 44. Second year that number was taken was 77, and then after that, put them together 47, and then been that ever since.
All right, you're from Scotland, Ontario. What's the best thing to do in Scotland, Ontario?
There's not that much to do. Pretty much just figure out where all your friends are, go hang out with them.
An artist or band that pumps you up on your way to the racetrack?
Get some LMFAO going with the crew on the way to the racetrack. Gets everyone fired up.
What's the first concert you ever went to?
First and only concert was Thomas Rhett.
Only concert. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Funniest movie of all time?
Let's go Step Brothers.
Good call. What's a race car that you would love to get behind the wheel of that you've never tried?
I want to try like a trophy truck. I like going off jumps and stuff and dirt racing.
All right. Who is the best sprint car driver right now?
I still got to say Kyle Larson.
All right. I won't argue that. What's a track you haven't raced at that you would still love to get to?
You've been almost everywhere, haven't you?
Yeah, that's why I was interested.
I want to say Williams Grove. I've been there 2 or 3 times, but every time it's been rained out or winded out.
All right. Just a couple more here. Your favorite place to stop and eat on the road?
Don't really have a favorite. Just any food's good.
All right. Last one. Open trailer this year? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Looking forward to that. I love the guy that shows up in an open trailer and just whoops the field every week.
The vibes are unmatchable. The open
Yes,
trailer. I'm honest. I love my closed trailer, but sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I had the open one.
It looks like they keep the beer pretty cold over in that trailer too. So.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Just hopefully the same thing if we don't have a wreck or anything, then spare parts might be a little bit minimal, whatever Shaun has. But yeah, that's the plan. Same as last year.
All right, boys. Look forward to seeing you guys at the racetrack here very shortly. Thanks for doing this. Nick, special thanks to you for jumping in late notice. You did a great job. You got a great future in broadcasting if this racing thing ever goes sideways on you.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dylan, for being on the show tonight. That's awesome. And I love being here. And hopefully I'll be on again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, guys. And best of luck this year.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
After the Scales is proudly presented by DJD Graphics. From commercial and personal vehicles to racing bikes and cars of all makes, models, and disciplines, DJD Graphics can fully customize your vehicle to suit your needs. For more information, contact Darren and visit his website at www.djdgraphics.com. Tell him Shaun and Jacob sent you to receive special rates.